So at last, here we go, Understanding Children and Teens, which is, as it says here, a practical guide for parents, teachers and coaches. It has a lovely new cover, and it is published by myself, and the publishing name is Hitchin Vale Press. I chose to publish it myself because as many of you know, the traditional publishers still expect you to market your own book. And I suppose, you know, I know about the book, I know about the content, I know about the subject matter. So it is much easier for me to talk about it than anyone else, really. I have updated the content, but by and large it remains as it was, because it was only actually published a few years ago. I've changed the foreword and the introduction, but the subject matter is the same. So we've got the NLP Beliefs of Excellence, which are all the beliefs and suppositions behind NLP. Then focusing on positive outcomes, skills like the wonderful circle of excellence exercise that I do with children they absolutely love. It's a bit of magic, really, and anchoring. And then we talk about perceptual fact, because children are inclined to take something that they hold to be true to be a fact. Like, I'm rubbish at maths, I can't do English, or the teacher hates me, or I can't put my hand up in class, any of those things. And they take those to be facts. And it's quite interesting, of course, when they realise that actually in that moment it feels like a fact, but actually it's a belief. And if it's a belief, that means that you can change it, and you can change it to a better belief. There's a lovely, I don't know whether you know, heard of Mo Gawdat, but he, I believe, is the CEO of Google X, and he wrote a book called Solve for Happy. And he talks about A plus B equals C, which isn't about math. This is about solving for happy. So it's algebra, obviously, so you solve it by discovering that A is the activating event, and of course we have no control over what of those activating events. They're things that happen to us. Equals C, which is the consequence, is what's going to happen. Well, B is the belief. That bit you can change. So if you change your belief about the activating event, you therefore change the consequence. So that is all about that. Then we talk about EFT, and that's Emotional Freedom technique. It's tapping. And the great thing about tapping is that you don't have to know what it is you're tapping on. Now, that might sound daft, but actually I get a lot of clients who come to me with overwhelm, confusion, frustration, those sort of big, what I call big chunk words. They don't know what why. It's illogical. These are feelings. And, when they're asked why, they don't know why. But with EFT, you can tap on where you're feeling it in the body, what colour it is. If it had a colour, what colour is it? I've put lots of videos up on my various channels, TikTok, Instagram, and so on, that talk about EFT. But in here, you'll really get exactly how to do it. And then the next chapter is all about play and art. Again, sometimes children want to talk. Other times, actually using art and colour, clay modelling, making models out of Lego. You'll see all sorts of pictures of those on my social media. Making your world in a sand tray. It's amazing, and what they learn, the insights they get, are so much greater than talking about it. How to turn sort of feedback into learning, how to turn sort of also how to understand how they learn, how they process, whether they're more visual, more auditory, more kinesthetic. Do they focus on what they do want or what they don't, or what they want less of? All of those sort of things, how you might delete or distort, you know, oh, she made me do that. You made me mad. You know, generalizations like I didn't speak to anybody today. Nobody played with me. They always pick on me. Those sort of things. There's some mindfulness stuff. There's a really interesting chapter at the end about the drama triangle, how sometimes we try to fix kids rather than empowering them, and the difference can be just, you know, a question that you might ask rather than actually, well, what you should do is this. And then there's some stuff about your working with your inner child. So you can buy this on Amazon. You can buy it from my website. There's an amazing EFT conference coming up in the middle of March. And they've just reduced the price, actually. It's at Castle Carey, which is just a couple of hours outside of London. It's fairly near Glastonbury, which is that magical place. There are some great speakers, really great speakers, on all aspects of EFT for different situations, different conditions. And you will absolutely love it. It'll be fascinating. So do have a think about going to it. And yeah, so celebration time. It's been, I'd like to say tears and laughter, but it hasn't been laughter. It's been really hard for me because I'm so used to being published by a traditional publisher who basically does it all for you. And yeah, it was definitely out of my comfort zone. So happy to be sharing this with you today.